led by What up, y'all? Welcome to a comeback edition of We Got, oh man, I'm all messed up. College Basketball Hangout. I was about to introduce my WNBA show. Man, it's been a minute, man. I'm all kinds of confused and shit. I just got home a little while ago and trying to get my act together here, man. Trying to get my brain straight. But anyway, I appreciate you all stopping in here. What's up, Tori Coker, my guy, Anthony Diaz, Luis, what's good, bro? Sharif, Kendall, what's happening, brother? And Chris Fisher, Two Tones. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate all your well wishes and everything. I did get it. I was out without my phone for a little while, but my daughter brought it to me last week, and I was able to communicate with a few of you guys and see everybody's messages. So I really appreciate that. Still a little on the weak side and doing all right, feeling all right, I guess, but we'll get on with it. So anyway, I appreciate everybody being here. So let's try and make some money today. I've been putting plays out and been coming out on the positive end. But I have to be honest with you guys, man. I haven't played anything because, I live in a state that doesn't allow you to do online gambling. So I've been without income for a couple weeks. And I don't like to post plays unless I play them. So, but the good thing is we had, I think, one losing night, and then bounced back with some really good nights. So hope everybody was able to make some money while I wasn't. But that's something that I'm not comfortable doing is posting plays that I don't play. So anyway, we're back on track here, and first game kicks off at about 6:30 Eastern, and that is Northeastern and Hofstra. And it's the CAA. It's CAA Wednesday, so we can get oh shit, hit the wrong button here. Give me a second while I try and figure out what the hell I'm doing. Man, I'm a mess. Man. I turned my phone on to look at my notes and shit for you guys, and I had the show pulled up on here, so my apologies. Hell yeah, we're doing Vermont, Sharif. Damn right, bro. Always doing Vermont. I may not put it on the list all the time, but I'm always doing Vermont. Like I'm a lot better at home. This is gonna be a tough matchup for them versus Maine, and we'll get into that in a second. So let me get this Northeastern Drexel game pulled up. I mean Hofstra Northeastern game pulled up. All right, so yeah, this is an early start, 6 p.m. Eastern. My bad. Hofstra 17-8. They're, I don't know, that 17-8 is kind of fugazi for me with Hofstra. They're not as good as they've been in the past. They're going against the 8-14 Northeastern team. This is going to be a tougher battle than people think, and the line reflects that. And I think the full game line is actually a little higher than it should be. I took I like the first half over 67.5 here. I'd like it a lot more if it was in Hofstra. Hofstra seems to put up a lot of points in New York, but here in here in Massachusetts, against Northeastern on the road, they're really going to have to come out and dictate the pace. If they can come out and dictate the pace, then Hofstra should be able to take care of business. So, with that being said, I expect Hofstra to come out and damn it, I expect Hofstra to come out and really try and build an early lead, because Northeastern is that type of team that, being at home, they're gonna push the second half. So I like the over first. I like the first half over 67.5. I think they can get 70 in this first half. I think they can get it over 6. I think it's going to be close. It's going to be close, but I still like the over. If you're in a need for something to throw in a parlay or something, I think this is a play that you could be good on. But it's going to be a sweater. It's going to be, as Max puts it, it's going to be an ass clincher. So that's that. But first half, Hofstra -3.5. I like that play as well. Both of these are 1 unit plays. Nothing that I'm super strong on, but I think they're plays that could get us a couple wins and start the night off right, and get things moving in the right direction here for to start Wednesday off. Next game up we have is, let me pull it up. Come on, man. Seriously? Next game up we have sorry, I got distracted there. What is the next game up? I'm sorry, guys, man. This is the first show back. I'm kind of banged up. Not thinking right here. Monmouth and Stony Brook. This game tips off at 6:30, and we got Stony Brook first half -1.5. And Stony Brook. This is a fade on, and this is where I put asterisks on a fade, and I probably shouldn't have. So I'm glad you all are watching the show, because Jesus, what the fuck, man? Hold on, I got someone at my door. Give me 1 second, please. I apologize. No shit. All right, my apologies. It's one of them days, man. Shit, man. They're gonna cancel me. They're gonna cancel my show. This shit keeps up. But anyway, Stony Brook. So playing the Monmouth team, who on the road is, they're not that good. I mean, they're 2-12 on the road. They played Delaware really well last week, which caught me off guard. And I think they even got the win against Delaware. Delaware didn't cover the first half by half a point. I was friggin' pissed. That screwed me. Well, it didn't screw me, but it screwed my card up that I had. So I think Stony Brook's a different type of team. I think they're more gritty than Delaware is, and I think Mama's going to have a tough time here. Stony Brook whooped them up pretty good in Monmouth back in the beginning of January. We were on that play then, first half Stony Brook, and I think we get it done again here with Stony Brook -3.5. I mean -1.5. Sorry, 3.5 is the full game. So that's the reason I have the asterisks on the play. I really think Stony Brook comes out and lights them up. it's a different type of matchup than with Delaware. The problem with Delaware this year is they don't have a front court. Andrew Carr transferring to Wake Forest was a big blow to them. Dylan Painter graduating was a big blow to them, and they have a rookie, Jair Davis, but he can't do it by himself. And Delaware needs some help underneath that basket there. So that's why, if you're looking at this game and you're like, well, they just beat Delaware, that's the reason why. Delaware is really needs to. We'll get to Delaware in a minute. Anyway, Yo Mendez, what's good, man? Good to see you. Andrew Carr, my guy. Yeah, killed. That was actually that was actually my never mind. Doesn't matter. All right, so next game up we have on our board, and there's a lot of games on here that I wanted to pull a trigger on, and I kind of didn't. Just there was something that was bugging me about it. But we don't need to talk about them. That happens every day. So our next game up is Delaware and Drexel. Speaking of Delaware Drexel, first half over 62.5. We played this a couple weeks ago when Delaware played Drexel back on January 21st, and we got the cover on that. I believe it was at the same number. Let me take a look and see what that first half total was, because they got 70 in the first half in Drexel. Drexel's a fast. Well, they're not a faster team. It's all going to depend. But Drexel and Delaware play. These teams are rivals. They've been playing for years, and they play a faster pace in the first half. Like these teams really go at it in the first half to see who to get that lead because they're going to need that lead going into the second half, because they know it's going to be a bloodbath in the second half. Like they really battle. And I've seen these two teams play a lot, and these second halves are physical, and that's why when these two teams play, they don't hit the over full game a lot, but the first half over is usually golden, and I expect that here. I think that it's a low number at 62.5. If Delaware's hitting their outside shots, this sails over. But then again, if Delaware's hitting their outside shots, then this play right here, the Drexel plus 1.5, could be in trouble. I mean, the books are thinking Delaware's going to be hitting their outside shots today. So, that's why I have one unit on each. I probably should have put an asterisk next to over 62.5. I think we get that number by good margin. I mean, they might not hit 70, but I think they get 67, 66 at least. And so there we go. And I apologize. I'm a little off today than usual. And that's just because I'm just not comfortable. It's been a minute since I've been on camera here. So I apologize to everybody. What's up, Nasty Nate? Good to see you, my man. Appreciate you, bro. Next game up we will look at is Virginia Tech. This line moved a point since I looked. Since I posted it last night. It was 6.5. It's up to 7.5. Books are probably seeing the same thing I'm seeing. Virginia Tech lost their first game against. Let me just double check this. Let me just double check my info, man, because I've been really been out of commission, man. I know I keep saying that, but I know they lost against Boston College last game. Yeah, they did. They lost 70-65 because that was a game that Couture was out, and that's when I started fading Virginia Tech without Couture. But Couture's back in. Virginia Tech's balling. I think they run it. I think they run the table, man. I really do. Um, and they've got revenge on their mind here, and I think they're going to come out and they're going to be up by at least 10 into the first half, man. At the end of the first half, I can see a double-digit lead in the first half. I really think that they come out and they come out firing just to let Boston College send a message to Boston College, especially down here in Blacksburg. They're Virginia Tech at home, man. I'll take them. You throw a number at me, man. I'm still going to take them first half at home. I think they're just that good. When their game is on, they're that good. So there it is. We'll move on to that. Move on from that one to next game we have up here is Vermont. Vermont first half -4.5. This game, I'm a little worried about. I think I'm not worried that Vermont doesn't cover the spread. I'm kind of worried about a hook, man. Worried about getting hooked in this game, just because these are two teams that have been in the same conference for years and years and years. Vermont and Maine is definitely a rivalry. Vermont is the better school. You look at their record this year; they're not that much better than Maine, but they are a more complete, better team. Vermont has played better opponents than Maine has this year. Let me see here. They're both averaging around 70 points a game. So, but I don't think that I don't think Maine hits 70 points in this game, to be honest with you. And you have a better defensive rated team, but not by much with Vermont. But the big discrepancy is the offensive rating, the offense of Vermont compared to the offense of Maine, and that's where Maine Vermont's going to take advantage. They're pretty much even on just about everything. Vermont averages maybe a couple more rebounds per game. They're not as good as. This is why I wouldn't take Vermont full game, because they're not as good at the free throw line. Maine is close to 75%, I think, for the season from the free throws, where Vermont's 69%. So if it gets into a fouling situation, you're going to get some misses out of Vermont, I believe, and Maine could cover this spread, which is 8.5 now. So, yeah, I like them first half, but anybody that wants to take them full game, I would just be cautious of that, and just know that these are two rivalries, and this isn't going. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I don't see a blowout here. So, next game up that I am on is Memphis first half, and let me pull up my notes on that one. I'm sorry, I'm not including you guys at all. Two Tones, I appreciate that, bro. My man, Big Meech, what's good, bro? All right, so Memphis. Where you at? This High Point Campbell game keeps coming back to me for some reason. I'm gonna have to look at that game a little deeper, man, because it keeps catching my eye. Every time I look down, I see that game, and I'm like, why does that game keep popping up at me? All right, so Memphis first half. I think we're getting them pretty cheap. I know we're getting them on the road here, but in the first half at -3.5, they did just play back in December with Florida, with Southern Florida at home, and let's take a look and see what that first half number was. Yeah, they played to a tie, and that was actually played at the FedEx Forum down in Memphis. and Memphis was big favorites in that game. I think we're getting Memphis cheap at a cheap number here, going down to South Florida. They squeaked out a win versus this South Florida team back in December, but that was early in the season. Penny's got this team playing together. Um, they're past. Let me see the past. What 2, 4, 5? They're they they They're past 6 games. They're 5-1. They did just take a loss to they did just take a loss to Tulane. Say that 5 times fast. They did just take a loss to Tulane. To Tulane. Oh man, I guess that's what Jimmy Gomez talks about with my dry humor. I think that shit's funny as hell. But anyway, but they did have the first half lead in this game against Tulane. They've been playing well first half. Um, I think Penny gets them bouncing back after that loss at home, going back on the road. Their last road game, they really haven't been playing well on the road. But I just think this situation, Penny gets them right, man. I think he I think after that loss to Tulane had to be a blessing. I think it's a blessing in disguise for this Tulane team because especially coming up with South Florida on the road, and Memphis has struggled in the first halves on the road. I think he gets in their ass and gets them ignited to play this first half. So I would that's why I like this, and that's why I have 2 asterisks next to it. I just the no numbers support taking Miss Memphis first half -3.5. It's just a gut feeling that I have. I think Memphis comes out strong. So that's where I stand on all these games. I'm not going to run stats and all this other bullshit to you. Barbecue time for Memphis. I love it. My guy Andrew. That's where Andrew's from. Memphis. Like it. Like it. So short and sweet here, man. I appreciate everybody out here. It's a pretty fucked up show because just out of practice, but tomorrow we'll get back on pace and back on track, and but we're gonna win money tonight, so it doesn't matter how fucked up the show is as long as everybody wins money. So we'll go over the plays again for you. First game up that we have that's tipping off at 6 p.m. is Hofstra and Northeastern. Like I said, this number 67.5, I think it's really it's one of those numbers that's it's gonna be an ass clincher, man. And but this Hofstra team should be able to push it over that 67.5. Northeast, I also like Hofstra first half -3.5. I think they get out on Northeastern, and then Northeastern tightens it up at the half and makes it a little tougher for Hofstra. And I'm not comfortable with that full game. That's for damn sure. Next game up would be Stony Brook, and that is a game that is at. Let me pull that back up again. All right, Stony Brook, 6:30. So 6 p.m. with the Hofstra Northeastern, 6:30 with Stony Brook. Stony Brook first half -1.5. I think we're getting a cheap number here. I think the books and public is wanting to stay off because Mama's been playing a little bit better. But Stony Brook at home, I'm going to take them all day long in the first half against Monmouth. Next game up that we're taking is Delaware Drexel. This is a 7 p.m. game, and I'm on Delaware first half over 62.5. Delaware Drexel first half over 62.5, and Drexel first half +1.5. I deleted my banner on that one. I apologize. Next game up that we're on is Elon first half. We didn't talk about that one, but Elon's just a first half cover machine. So point blank, boom, got to take them. They're just a first half cover machine. They are. If you look at their games, look at the first halves. They shit the bed in the second half, but first half they come to play. So I like them in this spot. 1.5. The line on this is 4. So the first half's 1.5. So that's telling you something right there. You know, they're getting 4 for the game, but first half's 1.5. I think Elon could win this first half outright. But I'm not going to tell anybody take the money line. Just take the points, man. Get out of there with some money, And then our next game up would be Vermont. And we're taking Vermont first half -4.5 against Maine. And then Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech's probably my favorite play today, even though it moved up to 6.5. It's at 7.5 now. That's I think that's the play right there. And then Memphis first half -3.5. I really think Penny gets these guys to come out and really lay the hammer down and start this game. So, and there's another game that I was looking at, and I would be interested in taking, and that's Bryant. This game right here, the line's moved up, but this Albany team just really isn't that good, man. But they have flashes, and I think they had a flash the last time these two teams played just a few weeks ago, and I lost money because I had Bryant first half. So let me take a look at that game real quick. Bryant was 11.5 point favorites, and no, Bryant did cover the spread. They did cover the first half spread. They won by 8. So in the first half, and I think they can get it done again at this number. What number is that at now? Bryant is at first half. Bryant, where you at, Bryant? They are at 4.5, -4.5. So I endorse that one. Bryant 4.5. That might make the card. And there was another one that I was looking at that might make the card as well. Just to let you guys know where I'm at. Well, I know it's going to make the card is IUPUI. As my guy Dave likes to put, IUPU or whatever, IUPUE, whatever the hell he says. I think it's funny. But pick some Dave cracks me up. But they're getting 9.5 against Wright State. If this was on the road, hell no. But being Wright State at home, IUPUI has been playing a lot better. It's worth a shot at getting 9.5 points, man. I think Wright State relaxes in this situation. 17.5 for the game. I even think they cover that too. So those are games that I like, man. That I didn't put on my card. IUPUI and Bryant first half. So I appreciate everybody being here. What's up, Mike Benson? Good to see you, man. Yeah, man. I'm back. Yes, sir. Otto, let's get paid, bro. So anyway, I appreciate everybody being here. Tori Coker, Anthony Theus, Luis, my guy Luis, man, always showing me the love, man. Always showing me the love. Anthony, Sharif, Kendall, I appreciate you guys. Chris Fisher, Two Tones, Jay Peasy, Andrew Carr, Yo-Yo Mendez, Nasty Nate, Big Meech. Y'all, man, I love you guys. I appreciate every one of you being here. Otto, Mike Benson. Thanks for joining me, man. I apologize. My energy is down. I'm feeling like super weak, but I'm probably gonna have to take a little break here when we get done, and probably won't move out of this seat for a minute or two. But I appreciate you all being here, and I'll be back tomorrow. And let me see if I'll take myself a little something to get me pumped up, so I'm not such a boring ass show today. But I'll run my plays down to you one more time. since I talk too much. Virginia Tech first half -7.5. Vermont first half -4.5. Stony Brook first half -1.5. Memphis first half -3.5. Hofstra Northeastern first half over 67.5. Hofstra first half -3.5. Elon first half +3.5. Delaware Drexel first half over 62.5. Drexel first half +1.5. Those are the plays. So let's cash them. Let's make some money. And I will see you all tomorrow. Remember, please bet responsibly. And let's make some money today, guys. And my name is... I guess they're led by...